Hey everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to AdoraHack. My name is Adora, and yeah, in today's video I'm going to be talking about productivity. So I've gotten like a bunch of questions. I mean, many people know that I do like 1 million things at the same time, and sometimes I even wonder who sends me. Like right now, it's like I do YouTube, I'm in school, I have a study group, I'm writing books, who sent me? Right? But I mean, with all of these things, I like to think that I've been able to do them and do them well to a certain extent, and achieve some form of success here and there in different areas. And people just keep asking me how I've been able to combine all of this with a full-time job and not collapse, not get fired, and also do all the other things that I'm doing well. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about productivity, and I'm not here to come and give you aspire to Maguire so that you can get the life that you require. I'm not doing all of that today. Do you understand? I'm going to be talking about practical things that I know has actually helped me. I've given some of these tips before, and there are going to be some added tips that I would also share in this video. So if this video is something that you know will help anyone, please make sure that you share this to them. Let's spread the word of productivity. Let's get more people to do more with less, and all of that good stuff. So yeah, let's get right into the video. The first thing I want to talk about is that you should sleep well. And this is a no-brainer, and I really don't understand why many people don't realize that this is very important. Research shows that lack of sleep damages your brain, right? And obviously, even before lack of sleep gets to the point where you damage your brain, you know that when you've not slept, you always feel some type of way, right? When you've not slept, it's like you're not okay. There are even sometimes that someone will tell you that, if you're trying to debug and it's not working out, sleep and wake up, you find the answer in your dream or something. Most times you really don't find the answer in your dream. It's just that you are more relaxed when you wake up to take on that problem. Your brain is fresh and actually ready to work. But there's sometimes that your brain is actually stressed and you're stressing yourself. So maybe you need to calm down and sleep. Sleep refreshes your brain, it makes you healthy and relieves stress. So if you are someone that wants to be productive, it means that you want to do a lot more with either less time or less resources and stuff like that. Sleep well so that when you attempt to do any work, your brain is sharper and you do it faster. The next thing is that you don't need 1,000,001 productivity apps. Yes, I'm talking to you. You don't need different apps. I think a lot of these apps are unnecessary. Not for you. I mean, they are created for a customer segment and they're serving that customer segment, and that's fine. But you don't have to use 7 of them. I feel like 2 apps are enough. 2 to 3 things are enough to bootstrap your productivity at any point in the day. The first thing is a place where you can write notes. It could be, like a Word document or a notes app or whatever it is, or people that actually like to write down and have a notepad. Whichever fashion works for you. Write notes so that you can write out the different tasks you're supposed to do during the day, and you cross them out as you need to cross them out. The second thing is one calendar. If you can find a way to sync all your calendars that will make your life easy, go for it. Because I find out that, some people's work calendars and their personal calendars are, different. So because of that, it's like, okay, you're using maybe for example, someone like me now, I work at Microsoft, right? So what this means is that I'm using Outlook for my work calendar, and then my personal calendar is a different brand. So, is either you sync it or you find a way to manage it. I personally found a way to manage my own. It's still manual, but like if I want to book something, so my manual way is that on my work calendar, I know like particular times when this is like free because I've either not started work or I've ended work. Do you get what I mean? So let's imagine I work from 10 to 6 every day. What this means is that before 10, my personal calendar is free. After 6, my personal calendar is free. Now, if anyone wants to book anything, I tell them I'm free before 10, I'm free after 6. if you have different calendars, you can sync them into like one place, or you can even like sync your personal calendar stuff in Outlook with your work stuff. I mean, at the end of the day, it really depends. But the point is, find a way to synchronize your calendars in a way that works for you. I think that's just the most important thing out of this whole conversation and English I've been speaking since. And that's all you need. And for me, I'm a firm believer of, if it's not on my calendar, it does not exist. So if we have something that we're supposed to do, except it's like all these spontaneous things like, you know, calling my friends or video calling family or friends or whatever. If it's not those things that like, oh, I just think about this person and I want to call them, if it's not on my calendar, I'm not doing it though. I did not know it was not there. So that's how I live, and that has like, you know, helps me structure a lot of things. The final thing is, you know, managing projects or managing things that you're working on with the Kanban system. So using Kanban boards. I'm talking about something as basic as Trello that everybody that is non-developer can even use, right? So that's like a third, you know, application, or a third kind of application that I can allow, or rather that I can recommend. The first one being notes, the second one being calendar, and I would suggest you stop there. If however you want to go a step further, then maybe you can add a Kanban board, and that's fine. But that's all you need. You don't need multiple apps. You don't need all these unnecessary things that stress people. They are unnecessary. Do you understand? They are unnecessary. You don't need them, okay?
Period.
The next thing I want to say is that you should play. Play refreshes you a lot, refreshes your mind, makes you happy, prevents you from being burnt out. It's Saturday, go outside. It's the weekend, go outside. Like, enjoy your life, right? Because I mean, I say this thing all the time. Maybe it's because I like enjoyment personally, but I say this thing all the time where you don't want to spend your 20s, you know, working a lot, making a lot of money, and then spending your 30s treating illnesses that you got because of how much you stressed yourself in your 20s and how unhealthy you've become. Do you get that kind of thing? So work, but also play and sleep. Balance it out. I think at this point, one of the things I'm currently optimizing for is not even career growth anymore. I feel like God has blessed me and I've passed that stage. What I'm currently optimizing for is balance in my life, and I'm making steps aggressively to make sure that I get that balance. I'm not about, you know, half-baked life at this point. And because I have sin, I'm telling you so that you will not come here 4 years down the line I'm talking like me, right? As early as you can start optimizing for balance in your life. Optimize. It means as much as you work, you play. As much as you play, you sleep. When you finish sleeping, maintain relationships with your friends. You know, if you are someone that is religious or spiritual, make sure that you keep connecting to God and things like that. Like, an all-round balanced life is one thing that I would definitely recommend for anyone, and I wouldn't trade it for anything, basically. The next thing that I want to say is that you should say no. I know that, you know, everybody is hustling. When someone comes to you with a new gig, you want to take it on, even if you already have 5 that you're doing, because that new gig is about to bring in some cool cash for you. You should definitely say no when you feel like you can't take on an extra thing because it would overwhelm you. What this does is that you free up time for yourself to rest, and you also create an opportunity for someone else that would end up getting that thing. It's okay for you to not get some things all the time. It doesn't mean that someone else is taking your bag. Sometimes you might just be resting, and that's fine. So say no and free up stuff, right? Or make sure that you are only prioritizing yourself for things that add value to you, and you're not just accepting any small thing that comes your way, right? So make sure you're prioritizing yourself and your health. Say no to things you feel like you can't handle or might be too much for you, or, you know, if you're someone that wants to start channeling your energy on a different segment or a different kinds of things, say no to things that are not in line with those values or that your new approach, so that it doesn't affect your life, affect your productivity, and affect, you know, the kind of balance that you want for yourself. Next thing I want to say is that you should get help. And this thing is very important. See, you're not a robot. if you can delegate anything, delegate it. I know people nowadays that, are taking up roles like being a virtual assistant. And if you can get a virtual assistant, get one. It helps your life in so many ways. Some things that you might have thought about, someone else is doing on your behalf, and you freed up time to either chase other important things or rest. I'm a fan of, if it does not require my specific skill set, and if it's not very urgent, you're not going to see me doing it though. Someone else is going to do it, right? Because like I said, we're adults and life is hard. You don't need extra things to make your life harder. If you can afford a personal assistant, like full-time, definitely get one. If you can't, you can get a virtual assistant for some tasks that you do as well. You can automate some things and it can just all around make your life very easy. Learn about your triggers and avoid them. Personally, I know that if the room is not cold or, in a certain temperature, it throws me off when I try to sleep. I will sleep fast. Or there's some people that, they know that they are lactose intolerant and it throws them off balance. Don't take milk if you know it's going to affect some of your hours of the day, and then because of that you're spending maybe you're someone that has IBS, and because you've eaten something you're not supposed to eat, you're going back and forth to the bathroom, and that's productive time that you are wasting. Do you get what I mean? Learn about your triggers, learn about your body. Like I said, me now, I've invested in things that cool my room even when there's no lights, because I cannot. I really cannot. So I've learned about that trigger for myself, for something like sleep, right? But you can learn about your triggers for other areas of your life as well, your diet, your sleep, even people. Even social media. There's some people that would say, they're going on a social media detox for a little bit. It can help them clear their mind, because when they are on social media, things they see trigger them and prevent them from being in the right mental state to work. It's also something that is very important. And you realize that the more you do these things, the easier it becomes for you to actually block things that prevent you from, number one, being in a bad mental state, which can affect your productivity long term as well. This one is very interesting to me, and I recently just found out about it. Drink chamomile tea. Chamomile tea removes unnecessary toxins from your body, and it relaxes you and it helps you sleep. And one of the things that I realized is that as human beings, lack of sleep is the reason for most of the stress issues that we have. If we slept well, the quality of our lives would be better. We would be more productive. We would be happier in the mornings. We would be a lot of things. So I'm definitely, with my full chest, recommending that you get chamomile tea. I know how much this has helped my life since I started drinking chamomile tea every day, sometimes twice a day, because it does not hurt anybody. So I'll definitely advise that you do that as well. It makes you calm, it relaxes you, and you're in a better frame of mind to do things, or it relaxes you and you just sleep, whichever one works best. You should also be physically active. Being physically active stimulates your brain, and it helps you do a lot. So sometimes if you're working, stand up from your bed, take a walk around. If you can afford a standing desk, get it. I used to do this one when I was in secondary school, where I'm reading, and then sometimes if I notice I've been on my bed for a long time, I get off my bed and I start walking around my room. Still reading, but now I'm pacing. And sometimes instead of using the elevator, use the stairs. Just little things. Just be physically active. It definitely helps your life. And like I said, it stimulates your brain. The most important thing in all these things that I'm saying in my talk about productivity, apart from when I was talking about apps that prevent you from context switching too much, the most important thing in productivity is for you to make sure that your brain is more than willing to work. So you want to create scenarios for your brain to function properly. That's exactly what this video is about. So yeah, be physically active, helps your brain. I mean, I might sound like a Proco doctor right now, yeah, but drink water. Please, in the name of God and everything that's good in this life, drink water. It prevents headaches, it helps you sleep, it makes your brain sharper, it promotes clear skin, it makes you healthy. There's no reason why you should not drink water. I have a bottle by my bed and I'm always always drinking water. At this point, it is ridiculous, right? But I have a problem though. I'm so used to drinking water from my bottle that when I go out, it's hard for me to drink bottled water because it's not from my bottle, right? Because I have like a full water bottle that I got from one tech event that has become my bottle, my go-to, right? So anytime I'm not drinking water from that bottle, it's just hard for me to drink water. But I'm working on that bad habit. But when I'm in my house, I know that I drink a lot of water. And I would recommend that you do as well. It really helps a lot. It really does. Finally, one thing I would say is that you should pay for some services, right? Your time is worth dollars. If you can, calculate how much time you're spending on a particular thing and you feel like it's not worth the value that you're getting, outsource it to somebody else. Pay for some services, pay for some things, and focus on either doing more productive things or, as usual, like I would preach, sleeping, because at the end of the day, the most important thing is for you to be healthy. Thank you so much for watching this video. In this video, I talked about being productive and productivity from the angle of clearing your head and making sure that you are in a good mental state to work, because at the end of the day, that is the most important thing. When your brain feels refreshed, when your body feels refreshed, things that you would have spent 5 hours doing, you would spend only about 45 minutes doing. So I hope that you've learned something from this video. Thank you so much for watching this video to the end. If you liked it, as usual, you know how we do it here. Please make sure that you give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching my video again. If you are new here and you're watching this video, please make sure that please subscribe. I don't know what I just said. If you are new here and you're watching this video, welcome to my channel. Please make sure that you subscribe. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.